Have AEW All-In predictions. Obviously, this is one of the biggest shows for AEW this year. Obviously, being in Wembley again. Really excited for this one. Definitely feel the hype for it. I'm definitely, have that momentum after the Dynamite just passed. And, really excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those long AEW cards per usual. But this is the one time they can definitely get away with it because it's their one big show every year. So this is the one where you want it to be long in a way. And there's always a reason for it to be long because there's always a lot of great matches. And there's no different for this one.
Yeah, and we kind of called it their Mania, and it actually does feel like that. Because I feel like a lot of these matches that we will talk about today is there's a lot of story going into them. There's been a lot of build to it. We're excited to get into it. But yeah, let's do that. And we're going to start from the pre-show that will be Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway taking on Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. Now, the winner of this match gets to pick the stipulation for Willow and Chris at All Out. Who do you have as the winner?
For this one, I'm going to say Chris Statlander and Stokely take the win. There's going to be some sort of sneaky, tricky win. It's a shame that this is on the pre-show. Kind of sucks because this is a feud that I really do like. But, it is what it is. A pre-show is still the first match of the night.
Yeah, I'm going to go Chris Statlander and Stokely as well. It just makes sense. I feel like the heel gets the win here. They get to pick the stipulation for All Out. Hopefully it's some type of hardcore Extreme Rules type of match. And then the babyface comes out on top in that match. Real excited for this match. Should be pretty good. But let's get to the main show where we have Timeless Toni Storm take on the Glamour Mariah May for the AEW Women's World Champion. Who do you have winning this one?
I'm going to go with Mariah May. She's been doing great recently. Her character work has been good. Obviously, same for Toni Storm. But it does feel like this is Mariah May's time.
Yeah, I agree. Mariah May will get the win here. Just in her hometown or in her home country, so it should be a huge moment for her. Hopefully, we also get another Brit, and that is Jamie Hayter coming back, hopefully. I know people have been saying that there's some stuff going on between her and Britt Baker, but I kind of don't look at that too much. Would love to see her back in the picture because she definitely is missed. I think would be a great person to be back in the women's roster. Then next up, we have MJF take on Will Osprey for the American Champion. And who do you have winning this one?
I'm going to go with Will Osprey. Just sort of makes sense because it's the hometown kind of win. But also, if MJF wins, it wouldn't be a big surprise either. It's just to give him a big heel moment of him winning at Wembley on his home turf in a way. And just have that big heel moment where he's getting booed out of the building potentially.
Yeah, this match, really excited for. One of my top 3 matches I think I'm most excited for on the night. I hope Will Ospreay gets the win, and I do think he will. I feel like MJF has... I'm not going to say Will Ospreay couldn't have done it or anything like that, but with MJF holding the American Champion or the International Champion, it did feel like it gave it a boost and kind of reputation and just, I guess, what it actually means in the, championship tier rankings, I guess you can say. I hope Will Ospreay gets the win. It should be a really good match.
Yeah, and also we got sort of, I guess, a hint at the end of this week's Dynamite where after Osprey gets kind of beat up at the start of the show, at the end of the show, Daniel Bryan walks by and he tells him, you need to do it. You need to do it at All In. Saying, obviously, he's talking about the Tiger Driver. So will it happen? I guess that'll be the determining factor on if he wins or loses, probably.
Yeah. But next up, we have the Casino Gauntlet match for a future shot at the AEW World Champion now. We do know some of our participants. We know that Orange Cassidy will start the match. And also in this match, we have Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, Hangman Adam Page, and Evil Uno. But obviously, we can have 50 people come in this match. We can only have, 3 or 4. Or it's going to be a one-on-one match, and it ends in the first pinfall. But who do you have winning the Casino Gauntlet match?
I guess I'll go Orange Cassidy as of right now. Obviously, we don't know everybody, as you said. There's a lot of speculation around this match around certain people. But I'm going to stick with what we have right now and what we have. I'm going to say Orange Cassidy.
Okay. For this one, I would pick Hangman on a Page. But considering what my prediction is for the main event, I do not think he will be the winner here. But for somebody to win this match, it's kind of hard, obviously, because we don't know everybody, and I don't really feel like Orange Cassidy's ready for a world title shot. I'm sure he would have a great match and everything, but I just don't think he's ready yet. So, this is a hard one. I'm gonna go Miro, and maybe he just returns rather, and has a good match, and just they hopefully build him as the person everybody kind of want him to be in AEW, and just comes back and is at the top again. But yeah, I'm really excited for this match because there's a lot of possible returns.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, we gotta add on to that as well. Ricochet has been announced as pretty much officially signing with AEW, multi-year contract. So, kind of feels like the place we would see him if he does show up. Next up, though, we have we have Chris Jericho take on Hook for the FTW champion. Who do you have winning this one?
I'm gonna go with Hook. It doesn't make sense for him to get the one over Chris Jericho here. They've sort of been at it for quite a while now. Just him versus Jericho, just kind of going back and forth. Mm-hmm. They kind of got off of their feud for a while, then got back on it. Then he formed his team with Shibata and Joe. Mm-hmm. And now Joe's off doing some sort of filming for a movie or something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do expect Hook to get the win here. Yeah.
Yeah, for this one, I don't know. I just have a sneaky suspicion that Chris Jericho might get the win here. I don't know what the plan is for either of them after, because if Hook does win this, obviously he'd be the champion again, but I don't know what's next in line for him. And for Jericho, I don't know if the learning show would still be a thing after that, or if maybe Big Bill turns on him or something. But I'm going to go Hook just to play it safe and make Hook 2-0 at Wembley. Next up, we have a coffin match between Jack Perry and Darby Allin for the TNT champion. Now, who do you have for this one?
I am going to go with Darby Allin. Yeah, I could definitely see Jack Perry winning as well. This is another kind of 50-50 one, just because Jack Perry does have he's kind of having a moment right now. Mm-hmm. So if he does lose, that would sort of damage that, and obviously he would lose his title that he just bought out. But yeah.
I'm going to go with Jack Perry here. Might be a little shocking, but like you said, I think they want to build Jack Perry as a pretty, he is a pillar at the end of the day, and I think they want to really solidify him as, okay, he is a top guy in AEW, and should be, he can be, a future contender for the world champion, or he's a very believable current champion as TNT. But yeah, I am going to go Jack Perry. Would be a bit surprised to this kind of Darby's kind of stipulation, I guess, right now in AEW with the coffin matches. But yeah, I think Jack just gets the job done here. Next up, though, we have the TBS champion on the line, where Mercedes Moné is taking on Britt Baker. Who do you have for this one?
I am going to go with Mercedes Moné. I do want Britt Baker to win, mm-hmm. but it feels like Mercedes is going to win just because she's, just because she's Mercedes at the end of the day, really. Not that obviously she deserves the title. She is, one of the best women, period. But I do wish I hope Britt Baker gets the win, I should say.
Yeah, I agree. I don't never really have really a favorite to win this match. I'm going to go Mercedes just, though, for the prediction. Really excited for this match, though. Really love the build to it. Each women have been kind of good promos back-to-back. And I really love the segment this past week on Dynamite with the no contact rule and with the contract signing. I really like that. But yeah, I'm going to go Mercedes, but it should be a pretty good match. Next up, though, we have a 4-way ladder match for the World Trios Champions. Now, we have the champions, Patriarch, Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne. They'll be taking on Bang Bang Gang, House of Black, and the combination of Pac and Blackpool Combat Club. Now, this one, it feels like a title change is going to happen, but who do you think's going to win?
Yeah, it definitely feels like a title change is going to happen, and this is a match that I am excited for because AEW do tend to do really good ladder matches. Mm-hmm. And for this one, I'm gonna say House of Black wins it, just to kind of break them up. Moving forward, this will be their big breakup after they win the title here. Maybe someone gets cocky, or I don't know exactly how they'll book it. But maybe they win it here for one final time before they split a little bit later.
Yeah. I am going to go Bang Bang Gang to win this match, but I do think if they are going to win, I think it's going to take the help of the returning Jay White. I don't know what his injury status is right now, or when he's planning to come back, but if he is ready to come back, I think this would be a perfect time maybe everybody's down in the ring, and then Jay White comes in and just wins the belts for him. But yeah, really excited for this match. Should be some crazy spots that's going to happen. We have a lot of high flyers, a lot of big guys. So yeah, should be expecting a lot from this match. Next up, though, we had the tag team champions on the line in a three-way where the Young Bucks are taking on FTR and the Acclaimed. Now, who do you have for this one?
For this one, I mean, we've seen, Bucks and FTR already, so I'm glad that they did add the Acclaim. That does add another dynamic to them because I do really like them as well. So I am kind of excited for this match as well. But I think the Young Bucks probably retain here. I would like, maybe FTR to win, but it feels like Young Bucks should probably win here just to continue their sort of heel run.
I do think the Young Bucks are going to win. I feel like if Jack Perry wins his, I think they'll definitely win to really solidify the Elite again. It kind of just feels like, they should be a top heel faction, and that's what they are right now. And I think with losing the belts, it would kind of take away from that, So I think having both Jack Perry and the Young Bucks win should be a really good match. And yeah, hopefully it's not too long, because sometimes, these tag team matches kind of drag out a little bit too long, but no matter what, it's going to be pretty good. But now, for the main event, we have title versus career for the AEW World Champion, where Swerve Strickland will be putting his title on the line versus Bryan Danielson in his career. Who do you have for this one?
For this one, I'm going to go with Bryan Danielson. Mainly just because I don't want to see him retire. I don't think anyone wants to see him retire. Although this would be, a big stage for him to go out on. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also going Bryan Danielson. I agree. I just don't want to see him retire, so I kind of want him to win. But also, having him win another world champion in a different company would just be a huge moment, and it would kind of take over. It would be AEW's like WrestleMania 30 moment for Danielson, where had his big moment at WrestleMania 30, and that kind of put a big check mark on his career as huge accomplishments.
And you want Bryan Danielson in your AEW history book one day, you know what I mean?
Because I mean, he's already going to be a Hall of Famer for the AEW Hall of Fame whenever that is a thing. But with having this, that would make him, instead of maybe not having this moment, maybe a second or third ballot. But now, if he has this big moment, it's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But yeah, I hope Danielson gets the win. Don't want to see the end of one of my favorite wrestlers' careers come to an end. So, gotta hope for Danielson to get the dub. But yeah, that is predictions. What is the match you're most excited for on the card, though?
I'm probably gonna say Jack Perry, Darby Allin. I'm just very much anticipating what they're gonna do to each other during that match. It's been a very hard-hitting, kind of brutal feud. So this is gonna be the big blow-off. So I'm curious how it's gonna kind of play out.
Yeah, mostly excited match. I'd probably say the Bryan Danielson Swerve match, but the match I think is going to be the craziest is going to be that four-way ladder match. Obviously, it's a ladder match, so lots going to happen. With so many bodies, a lot of huge spots can go down. But yeah, let us know your predictions down in the comments below, and who do you think will be the best match. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys in the next video.